And hello and welcome back again. We're here to take a look at the Starletter I-League Season 3. I'm Lyrical. I'm going to be joined as well by Aosin. Man, I get so hyped up every time I see that WESG trailer as we get the... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that chat wheel sound, but it's NaVi versus Spartak. It is the lower bracket finals. They're not all dead yet, but they might be soon. How you doing, Steven?
I'm doing great. I'm ready for this.
Yeah. It's going to be a good one, man. I am feeling like this is probably one of maybe the results that people wouldn't have been expecting. I think that people might have been more expecting this if Empire was in the grand finals, but Team Spirit waits in the grand finals. And then it's NaVi and Spartak, who's basically come out of nowhere and really put up great performances.
Yeah, definitely. I think Spartak has definitely shown the best improvement over the course of these few days. I think as they've been playing more and more, they've been progressively improving. Like they've just been steadily just playing better every single game. Just always being patient, always making the right moves, and I feel like a lot of their games are won off the back of their great decision making at Roshan pits. It's like every single game they're just winning these Roshan engagements.
Yeah, or not taking them and like denying them to their opponents, or not taking them and having the ability to take them themselves and then baiting their opponents into a bad position. Whatever the case ends up being, it's been really, really good to watch. And now taking more of that team fight style that we've sort of seen, it's going to be a Darkseer for Yoku, Earthshaker, and Ancient Apparition. Misha, has he played anything else? I'm actually going to go check that out because I feel like he hasn't.
He is pretty much almost always playing Ancient Apparition, I feel.
Dire team pick.
So NaVi lost to Team Spirit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at their opening heroes right now, and I think this is the right way to go for NaVi. They seem to be kind of like somewhat ignoring these heroes, like the AA and the Earthshaker that every other team picks, at least like one of them at the start of every draft. And NaVi, they open up with a Faceless Void and the Skywrath Mage, and then now they fourth pick a Riki. There's a Clockwork as well, but obviously this draft is nothing like any of the other drafts we've seen throughout the course of this tournament. And I think it's because they're kind of like making these adjustments where they're kind of telling themselves, I think we should just play what we think is right rather than what everyone else or many other teams think is the best choice possible. So I can't wait to see this kind of adjustment come out. I'm really hoping that it does work out for them, because I think, like, individually speaking, NaVi is definitely there. They just need to make it mesh together.
Definitely. And, you know, I gave Empire a little bit of flack yesterday for taking the Arc Warden, and I felt like they were switching up their style too much in the middle of a series. And I think that's the big difference between that type of a move and this type of move, where NaVi is starting out the series and saying, all right, you know what, we've seen what Spartak has done. Spartak has played more matches than anybody else in this tournament so far. So NaVi has a lot of tape on them to see what they've done to progress to this point. And now they're saying, we're coming with the strategy to deal with you specifically. And I'm not exactly sure what the role the Riki is going to play. Do you think it's going to be to like try and hunt the Ancient Apparition and the Earthshaker in the backline to find them before they can initiate, like give that vision advantage? Because it seems like with that and Clockwork, they should always have an idea of where Spartak is.
Yeah, there's definitely that potential kind of vision game that NaVi might be aiming for. You always want to provide extra vision so that the Faceless Void doesn't have too hard of a time to set your team up, especially since he is going to be the core Void. But right now they're kind of like lacking follow-up.
Yeah, they are. It's an issue that we've seen come out a couple of times, and well, Spartak certainly won't. They pick up the Marana, so they've got a lot of damage themselves already and control. This feels like a well-rounded lineup for Spartak.
Yeah, definitely. But the one nice thing about this lineup that NaVi have working for them is that I think this is like very similar to some of the other games that they've played. So this is like nothing new to Spartak. I think they've been playing these type of lineups very consistently. I think NaVi should be more than prepared for this.
I want to see if they take the Dendi Quaswex Invoker again. I don't know if it'd be enough damage, actually, still. It would still be running into some issues, huh?
I think... Well, the thing is, I think when you run Faceless Void, you pretty much always go the Extort build rather than Quad Specs. Because it doesn't work, or it doesn't, like, synergize together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tornadoes in a Chronosphere. That's not a good look for you. It's not what you want to be doing. I guess they also have the Scarith Mage. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Seneko doesn't have the greatest win rate with this hero in this tournament so far, but obviously provides a lot of utility.
I think Sniper here would be fine.
Okay.
Or would be pretty good. Like, it is, you are against Sven, but that's like your only real concern, unless you get echoed as well.
Puck was another one that they'd gone to a few times. Not a terrible matchup against Mirana either, I don't think, right?
No, it's not, but they need some damage for this Sven.
Oh, there's the other one. The other big hero that we've been seeing in this tournament, Queen of Pain. Does it check enough boxes for you? Is this what they needed?
It can definitely do the job. I think you'll be able to itemize in a better way to somewhat deal with the Sven for the rest of your team. I suppose you might consider getting the Yules for the Sven. Just kind of like throw him up in the air, deal with everyone else first, unless you manage to chrono him as well as others. But I mean, I can see this working.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to go into game number 1 of these lower bracket finals. It's NaVi versus Spartak. Winner moves on to face Spirit at a shot for the second team to qualify from the Star Ladder I-League Invitational Season 3. And I think as we get ready to load into this game, we should take a moment to appreciate how atrocious Seneco's Skyrat set is. That looks awful. That is just terrible.
Is it?
Man,
I think it looks fine.
What are you talking about? This thing is terrible. Look at it. He looks like a fluorescent chicken.
Oh, this set is awesome.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure about that. What has become the classic so far, the Spartak pause at the very start saying AFK. I mean, that's one thing also to consider, is that this is a bunch of people that have been around in a Tier 2 organization for a long time, versus NaVi, who I am sure is playing out of some type of team house installation that's probably something insane. I would not be surprised if Spartak had a couple people that aren't playing together in the same room, or maybe even all of them.
It's very possible. Maybe you can ask them.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not going to type it right now. But I always feel like that's a weird thing between casters and players, is like talking during the lobby. If I was a player, I would not want to listen to myself talk to myself.
Wait, what?
When you were a player, did casters ever try and talk to you?
Sometimes. I can't remember.
Did it ever get annoying, I guess, is the thing to talk about. Because I feel like if you're in the game, you're about to play, you want to focus on the game, right? You don't want to talk to some caster.
No, I think someone has. I mean, I didn't mind at all.
No?
I mean, we're just waiting for the game to start.
All right. Maybe I'm just too insecure.
It's a good way to just like kind of like take your mind off things too.
Okay. I guess that's fair enough.
There's nothing wrong with being friendly. Do you think every Dota player is like super unfriendly?
No, I don't know. I approach things like that differently. Maybe I'm very like. Wait. Hold on.
I guess you think of it in a very professional sense.
Yeah, that's I guess maybe.
Uh-oh.
Looks like they will spot out that there was the Ricky over there, and he should realize now. A quick little easy D ward from the Ancient Apparition. And
Roger, wait, he's deciding. There's a gamble here.
Oh yeah, look at it. He knows. They got it. Easy peasy. I don't think that we're gonna see Spartak get this D ward though. This is kind of in an awkward place.
Wait, which one are you looking at?
This one right here.
Oh.
Because normally they would check to see if the camp is blocked, right?
Yeah. You take your time to decide.
Okay.
The ward placement is somewhat like standard, but you know, you always have to guess, and since it was placed by a Ricky, it's not exactly like you're gonna know his path. So you definitely wait for the camps to spawn first.
Yeah.
They're gonna see that neither of them are blocked, and then you'll probably figure it out once Radiant decide to make some kind of moves or react towards it.
Also, Ricky going to place this ward over here just outside of the range of normal sentry placement. Ricky checking to see if they are drawing aggro from the creeps and realizing that's not the case. Now he is within that sentry range and going to start to get punched a little bit. Needs to be careful. The fissure comes out and he's on the wrong side of it and able to dodge away from the arrow. All right, Roger is going to be a liver.
It's all right though. They got the damage in. He pretty much spent like his entire life pool just trying to avoid the sentry ward. So not the worst for Spartak. Only unfortunate thing is that I think you normally want to use your first arrow to secure yourself the range creep, but that is already down.
Another fissure comes in. Dendi is gonna man up here. He's actually blocked off. He doesn't have blink. He needs to run out of there. Is still going to get right clicked. No misses up hills, but he still is gonna live and get off that salve.
That was close. Luckily for NaVi, there were quite a few creeps blocking the way. Otherwise, I think that arrow would have most definitely connected.
And now as well, we're gonna miss first blood up top. Easy peasy. That's gonna be able to be a kill with the Ancient Apparition and the Sven. Just watching them CS in the mid lane here, and so far, Quap having a really good time. 5 denies versus that Mirana. So, Bulldog still got some tricks. He is gonna get denied every now and then by BCC.
Top lane again,
they're
General.
going in. And Arc making it happen. General has some good chat wheel usage. Oh, Seneko. He's going to be able to dodge away from the fissure. That was well done, and he should be able to escape now. Still took a good bit of damage. This top lane is not really working out so far for NaVi.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, Ricky isn't really accomplishing much. Well, I guess that's kind of unfair to say. Dendi is doing very well in this mid lane. He's 10-8 versus the 4-2 of the Mirana, so I think Ricky's presence kind of enabled him to do that. Really took the heat away from Dendi. So
that's the a second time as well that we've seen players forget that Leap doesn't disjoint anymore, and that's going to prove to be more and more of an issue for Mirana if Dendi decides to keep skilling up Dagger.
Yep, definitely. It's like, I think if you play long enough, it's so hard to get rid of that habit.
Yeah.
Because you always think of it as like the same as a blink. When it's actually different now. So it's one of those little things that people have to actually keep playing to remember and override your old habits.
And I mean, thinking about that, if BZZ was expecting that type of a matchup going into this, does that change the way that he has to play now? Because it does feel like he's kind of running into issues with Dendi just completely demolishing him in CS. He's got more denies than he has CS right now.
I mean, I think he's gonna need help. I think he's gonna need more help.
Top lane, Misha gonna end up going down. A nice kill as they brought Ricky in. Roger making it happen.
Well, NaVi brute forcing their way through this top lane. Going to finally get themselves a kill, but some miscommunication there. I think they would have actually gotten General there. Misha cold feeding and the chilling touch at the same time.
God damn
Instead
it.
not happening.
No, Seneko ends up going down to BZZ. A nice kill. Again. Camera work,
okay.
just getting warmed up. We're getting ready. Don't worry, guys.
I missed it too.
Great. We're both garbage. It's wonderful.
I missed it too, but the good thing for me is that I don't have to do the camera work, so no one actually knows. Bottom lane crystallized. He's chasing Yoku. If he gets a couple more bashes, he's actually gonna get it. One more.
Very fire. That was close. That was really close.
That was scary.
Yoku had dive in over and he was cutting the creep wave wall that was happening. So maybe just getting a little bit down low, but he did the math and he ends up living through that. It looks like mid lane again. They want to try and set up with Roger. He's just outside of range, and Dendy going to get level 6 in just a few here. I wonder if they can find this kill, or is Dendy going to push it too far to the limit? There's going to be the fissure that comes out. Arrow to connect as well. They have the Starstorm that comes out. He's going to be able to get away. Oh, Roger, did he tank that other Starstorm
He tanked
blast?
the other Starstorm.
Oh,
it was a 50-50.
God.
It was a 50-50.
Roger God. All right, that was really good.
That is such a big kill, too, because Roger's pretty much spent the entire time just running around, not getting any EXP, and all of a sudden he soaks up 2 kills. So great plays from him. I mean, sure, it's kind of lucky, but still, it's a great play by him, right? Because it gives you that window of opportunity.
I mean, that's the
50-50.
thing. Like, luck is only there if it's, you know, if you're in position to get lucky, and he was.
Yeah.
Oh, Shuvash. I don't know if he's going to be able to get this courier snipe on the way back. It looks like it did spot him off, though. And Dendy, again, just going to sit mid. Level 6 now, so it makes it so hard for BZZ to be in this lane unless he's at full HP. As Yoku, they jump forward. Chronosphere is going to be used. Seneko only level 3. He does have an Ancient Seal if he wants to use it, with Roger showing up as well. They should be able to secure this kill, I think. He has another jump away.
I think he might go down. Yeah, they have vision because of this.
Yeah. No way for him to TP out, I don't think. And there's the kill.
Satisfies dishonor.
Good try, good try.
Well,
I wonder if he...
It's going to be Sven getting ran down here, almost going down. They need the rocket flare? General? Is that not enough?
It won't. I don't
it's only
think
level 1. Okay. Fair enough.
It would be next level if he rocket flares the neutral count, expecting him to farm it.
Oh, yeah. That'd be real good. Every time BZZ comes to lane, he's going to be taking attacks.
Mid lane?
Some amount of it.
Can
they get it? Looking for one more. No, not there. He's just warming it up. Wants to take it down in a little bit. And they see this giant old stack. Now, that is probably going to be a high priority, but I don't think there's anybody that they have on Navi that can take it, really, right?
They're just waiting for the Sven. I think Sven just needs, like, maybe like level 8, and then you can easily take it. But Roger already preparing for that. Drops a very deep ward for this ancient stack.
They can come and contest it eventually, and now they jump forward. They know he wants to do it. Oh, the pump fake! I thought he was going to be able to go for it, but he ends up saving his Sonic Wave, and if BZZ gets greedy here... Oh, Roger, he's thinking about it. He's going to go for it. Cloud, he gets him. He doesn't even need the Cloud.
Dead on the dotted line.
Well played by Roger. He knows that he doesn't even have leap, so he doesn't have to be too cautious. You can see his mana as well. It's very low on everything.
No. Yeah, and that was so good. Particularly because they still have Sonic Wave, so it's not like Mirana can come back to this lane safely even.
That was really well played by Dendy, though. Yeah. He was pump faking because, you know, you kind of have to do the math really quickly, and wasn't able to get the last right click in after he leapt, so he actually holds back from it. I think Mirana had probably like 30 health more than what was necessary. So I think saving that ulti, it's a pretty big deal because it actually allows him to be able to do more. Oh, Roger.
Yeah, he messed up that time. Here, though. He is going to end up almost going down, but they aren't quite able to get it. So that's one kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane, a combination of Yoku and the wonderful BZZ find the kill as well. And top lane, so 3 kills happening, 1 in each lane.
Well, Arc, making use of his newly purchased Mask of Madness, gonna find the solo kill on General, which is somewhat surprising.
Yeah.
very difficult to solo kill a Clockwork at the Sven. I definitely wouldn't expect it at this level.
So do you think that the Dendi is sort of saving his Sonic Wave for when Sven eventually goes to farm that stack?
That's a good point. That might be the case. Or maybe, I mean, the other thing too is that you have a Void on your team.
That's going to be a kill onto Mirana. Cloud dropped and no way to leap out of that.
Yeah. This is a great combo too. The Clockwork with the smoke screen. There's really not much you can do about it. Yeah. Unless you can luckily hit the cogs twice through smoke screen.
Not what you expected.
Good lane. Watching Chuvash.
They're playing around this, like even here, setting down a sentry ward so that way they know that they're going to be able to not have vision in this area. They want to make sure that there's no wards for when eventually they come over to fight the stack. It feels like NaVi is so prepared for this. It's just going to be a question of can they get there in time once he eventually goes for it. And
he's going to do it now, I think.
Yeah.
He's waiting for Mask of Madness, maybe?
The Shrine might be back up shortly as well. The pings come out for it. Maybe he's coming over with a couple more, but the fact that they're all in this area, it certainly signals that that's what they're looking to do.
Allies disappear.
Oh,
bottom lane.
Sentry dropped. 2 of them dropped.
Yeah, they want to do this, but they're not. There's no vision right there. We do see this rotation in. Crystallize realizes something could be going on. I think they spotted that the Ancient Apparition went invis, and so they're prepared for this. Rana and Crystallize. They're not going yet. Fissure is out, but he's just going to time walk away. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're going to get the D wards. Both of those sentries don't hit, like you said.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Man, Roger is just doing so much as this Ricky right now. He's making life so hard for Spartak. They're trying their best to kind of like slow down his movement. Oh, bottom lane, gonna have a chrono.
Yeah. Mystic Flare, easy peasy. Dodge the arrow, now finding more. General is there, catches him. BZZ, they're waiting for the leap, and as soon as he does, the follow-up hook. General on point. Meanwhile, BZZ on the ground.
Oh, they find Arc as well.
Oh, no.
He still has the ulti.
Okay.
He wants to use it, but they're going to back away.
There is a shrine available now. But of course, with this ward still here, they have vision over this area. And if he goes to try and take this stack, I don't know about this. They're walking forward. Roger is there as well. They throw out the ice path, but he ends up getting rooted. And now showing up as the rest of them. Sonic Wave available.
Sonic
he tosses us out. Doesn't kill him off yet. Vacuum back to the stun. They turn around. They got him stunned up now. He's gonna end up going down. What the hell? All right, neutrals kill off Sven, but Yoku killed off Dendi. And now General in trouble. It looks like he is going to fall, but they can't do the stack yet.
The stack. Creeps NDP, probably doing the most damage in that engagement. But unluckily for NaVi, Sven does go down to the neutrals, like you said, and they did get the kill on Dendi. So pretty significant victory here for Spartak.
Well, he does not have God Strength here, Arc, so this could be a tough one for him. He's about to see that this ward is going to expire, and that is going to spell some trouble.
Oh, he's going to walk away from it, so he won't see this. I don't think people will see this go down. And he might place a new one. Yeah.
Al, it did just expire, but
you never expect a new one to be there on the spot.
Put the exact same one there as well. There's the jump forward. They've caught him. A quick and easy kill onto the Sven.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And I mean, if I'm Spartak, maybe it's even worth it just to leave the stack alone. You know that NaVi can't take it right now, and you keep on getting baited into bad fights around it.
Radiant's top tower.
I think the thing about it too, I definitely agree with you there, but I think the biggest thing is they just don't know where all of these wards are.
Yeah.
The reason why NaVi are able to do this is just simply because of Roger's wards. So this entire jungle is just so dangerous for Spartak to take.
And the Ricky pick is definitely feeling like a masterstroke at this point. And they need to get, like, they need a gem really, but who's gonna buy it? Your Earthshaker needs a Blink Dagger. Misha has nothing. He has 2 wards.
He actually has nothing.
It is the saddest time. And again, they spot this out.
They're brute forcing it.
All right. Quap is
Roger,
coming
he's right
in.
underneath the ward.
He's getting caught again. They're jumping forward. Echo Slam is there. Roger's going to end up going down. But can they get any more from this? The rest of them are walking in. We've got decent damage. Hook shot connects. They found him. A nice combo. They jump in with Dandy. He takes out a couple agents and also takes out the Sven. Sonic away from the low ground. They did their job.
They did their job. That's all you need. And while that's been happening, you know, Crystallized, he's just pushing the bottom lane. Spartak, they have to commit their whole team just to take these ancients, and NaVi, they're more than willing to sacrifice a hero here and there. They're going on mid again.
Oh man, BZZ's gone, and I think that Dendy here is gonna live. There's no way that they have. Yeah, he doesn't have Echo Slam anymore. So, kills him off. Man, and he is still being denied gold for that Blink Dagger. NaVi are playing really well.
Yeah, definitely. I think the scary thing too is that the BZZ's effectiveness as a Mirana is like pretty non-existent right now. He just has so little compared to what Dendy has.
Yeah. I wonder how much of it is also just the fact that he ended up not being prepared for that dagger change. You know what I mean?
Oh, do you have him for the laning? That's actually really true. I think that change alone kind of makes it so that the Queen of Pain versus Mirana is like. I don't think I play enough mid to really say how good the matchup is.
Yeah.
But I mean, seeing how easy Danny made it looks very Queen of Pain favor.
I mean, he's still almost doubling him up at CS like 16 minutes into the game. Oh, Chrono's spear down. They do have the Mystic Flare to follow. Going to connect, going to kill him off, possibly. It is going to be the Sven going down. So too will the Faceless Void, but Mirana also died. So you lose your mid and your safe lane for just the safe lane of the Radiant team.
Another decent trade coming out for NaVi. They did have to use the Chrono for that, but Dendy is going to have his ultimate again up soon, and I think this is kind of like the cool thing about this lineup is I was saying how, you know, there wasn't enough follow for the Chronosphere, but with this like Skywrath Clockwork setup, you know, that's already a combo in itself. You can pick someone off. You could always do it with the Chronosphere and the Skywrath ulti, or you can do Clockwork as well as Queen of Pain ulti. You know, they don't always need everything. They just need like a pairing, and then they can find pickoffs.
For sure. That's the thing, is it's just so much damage between all of them. Is there anything that Spartak can do to sort of exploit this, though? You've got... I mean, it's so hard without Vision, obviously, and without Mirana having a ton of farm. But what is going well right now for Spartak? What's sort of their saving grace at this point?
Their saving grace is that I think that overall their team fight should be better, but it really doesn't matter if you don't have... Oh, they instantly get dewarded. But yeah, I think they have better team fight, but I don't think it really matters if you don't have the items to execute that kind of a team fight. Like your Sven doesn't have the items he needs to fight. He's gonna have to go straight for the Blink Dagger just so they can fight. Darkseer has his Force Staff now, so he can actually set you up. So this is I like this adjustment from Spartak. Normally you see more items come out from the Sven before he finishes up the Blink, like an Echo Saber, but he's gonna go straight for the Blink Dagger, so he can combo up with the Darkseer Vacuum, which is pretty much what they need right now.
And I mean, you take a look at the difference in terms of net worth, around 4,000 experience and gold. So there is this like potential for a comeback. It's not so significant of a lead as of yet, but it does feel like the items that you've got on NaVi allow them to fight a lot more. Plus just the vision advantage. It can't be overstated how significant this is. And like right now, Dire, they're sort of playing around their wards a little bit. They're heading down to the bottom lane, going to try and pressure this in. But, like, how many sentries have been committed here? Look, there's 1, 2, 3, all just around this area here. And they are going to be able to spot out Roger in a second if he walks through this ward. They need to take advantage of that and find this kill on him. They really need to kill Roger. And it looks like they're going to be able to right now. Dust? Sentry?
Oh. Goodbye, Roger.
No. I mean, it's still another sentry used. Misha is just like... I want to check out how many support items he's used, because it's going to be an absurd amount.
Structures are fortified.
Yep, but that's kind of how you have to play against the Riki. At the same time, that's also how you play Riki. Obviously, you don't want to be like chain feeding or anything, but you want to constantly move around the map and let your teammates know what's happening and where everyone is. Just get your team information as much as possible.
All right, maybe an opening here, maybe an opportunity, but rest of Spartak,
General,
they jump
he's
forward.
going in.
They've caught him, the pushback, the cogs, the damage. They have an
second
Echo
pullback.
Slam, and no catching up! The Chronosphere by Crystallize, but Sven is on the outside. Ricky is actually doing a decent chunk of damage there. It keeps the rest of them away. No damage has really been dealt, and Dendy showing up, like you said. Misha is not going to be able to get away from this. They're going to have to surge away Arc. He's super dead if he ends up sticking around there. And meanwhile, Yoku not going to end up going down either. So great team fight from NaVi.
Pretty much all of that was thanks to the... it was a great initiation by General, you know, making BZZ get pushed back into towards the tower, just really causing so much chaos for Spartak, and Spartak not really knowing too well how to react to that. I think they kind of like panicked a little, and then all of a sudden a 4-man Chronosphere. Right. Definitely not how you want to start a fight.
Well, and imagine how different that looks if Chuvash actually has a Blink Dagger, you know? And now Roger spots it out. They realize what's going on. There's a Blink on Shaker, and suddenly these fights become harder to deal with. General just playing so aggressive. If Roger walks any further forward, there is still a Sentry Ward here.
He's spotting it all out, though. This is exactly what they're looking for.
Oh, Silence comes out onto Shaker as well. They got him caught there. They aren't going to find a kill, though, it looks like. Everybody else heading away. Roger now is scouted. He's just going to be force-staffed out of there, but still going to die. In the meantime, Seneko going to be vacuumed and killed off. So the 2 supports are going to go down. It looks like that's going to be about the extent of it, though.
Maybe a little too ambitious after the first attempt. I think if it doesn't work out, you should call it off. I mean, even though it's just 2 supports, like, look at how much gold they get.
Yeah.
That was a 1,400 gold swing for 2 supports, so Spartak gonna be happy with that.
Now putting themselves in a position to maybe stage a bit of a comeback. Like we said, the blink on Shaker can make a big difference. Vision-wise, this was not scouted, this smoke, and they're going to run into General, who is down here. They guess the wrong way.
They don't know where you went.
They should know he's over here now, though, but the Chronosphere is also going to use that as they take down another one. Crystallize, able to get the solo onto BZZ, and now General walking away. Now backing back, he doesn't have Chronosphere. They know this Ancient Apparition ulti. General is actually going to be able to kill off Misha and then get away. Oh no, if Crystallize gets away here, alright, yeah, they kill him.
Oh, they commit so much for that.
Yeah.
That's Echo down. Echo is a very big cooldown. 150 seconds now. No Echo. And no God Strengths as well.
Somehow, Ancient Apparition ends up dying with 3 of his teammates right next to him. He's like, come on, guys, lend a hand. They ended up wanting to go after the Faceless Void. Makes the most sense, but feels sort of bad, man.
Really does. Seneko, unfortunately, going to be dropping an Observer Ward on top of a Sentry. Going to be able to see this one. Goku going to deny it.
Yeah. Well, NaVi have kind of fallen off a little bit in the past couple of minutes. It's been a decent net worth swing, about 2,500 over the past few minutes. Do you feel like Aegis needs to be on their minds? It's kind of hard for them to take down Roshan, though.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of the issue for them right now. Is that they don't have a way to take Roshan. But I think they're still in a good position. They just need to make sure that they don't give up kills like that. Just stick with what they've been doing so far, you know, farm out the map, make sure that Roger is keeping up the vision game, you know, keep tabs on where the Spartak lineup is, and then play accordingly.
He does show himself mid there, which gives a decent amount of information to Spartak and makes them feel comfortable heading down this way. And it's like Clockwork had an idea. Oh no, he's just hitting the wave. Oh, Crystallize. That should be the death of him. Those kills cannot be allowed to happen if they want to take this. But the hook shot, able to catch onto him. Do they have vision, though? Dust is already down, and they're going to be able to catch there. Blow him the hell up. Spartak just trying to get away now. Arrow is actually going to connect onto Clockwork, so he's not going to be able to take part in this chase.
BZZ in a lot of trouble right now.
Roger looking. They can't find him though. They don't have the slows. Earthshaker Chuvash is just sitting down in the side of the map, ready to head out of there. And gonna TP out now.
So Spartak, this I think this is the big thing that Spartak need to wait for, is that their cores just do not have damage. Because you look at the Sven will always have damage just because of, you know, him being Sven, but if you look at BZZ's Mirana, he's gone the defensive route, which is definitely the right choice here. Getting that Force Staff, it's his first item for dealing with the smoke cloud, as well as the clockwork.
Yeah.
They find Roger again.
Yeah, it was just another, like, walk into the sentry and then ends up dying because of it. Right now, Radiant are kind of lacking in vision, and they're taking this moment to go in for Roche. Do Dire see this? They actually don't have any vision of this area, so it's kind of a bold move, but it looks like it's going to work out for NaVi.
Oh, don't say that yet. There's still a bit of time on this one.
Oh, and there's
They're going to see it right now.
All right, and with that, and I think NaVi need to back out. Yeah.
Remember, we were praising Spartak for their great Roshan decision making. I don't think they're going to give it up that easy.
Oh.
That easily.
They had an idea that Ricky was on top of him. Arrow is
arrow,
going to
though.
connect.
This is a huge kill.
He needs to get the blink away. Not going to happen.
All of a sudden, this looks really bad for NaVi, because I'm pretty sure they can see how low Roshan is. I think Spartak might make the decision to go in for this, because this is a Darkseer Roshan fight. I think that Spartak, even though they're behind a bit, they can still take this fight.
And I don't think that also NaVi... Alright, they're going to see now that Darkseer has picked up his Blink Dagger. So Darkseer Blink, Earthshaker Blink. They've got pretty much everything except for Moonlight Shadow. 4 staffs to deal with Clockwork. By and large, this is a good position for Spartak to take a fight in, and they're going to Moonlight Shadow in. Do they spot out General? They see that there's some rocket flares coming out at the moment, and there's going to be the AA blast. They're looking for the opening. Earthshaker, they pull it back in. There's going to be the catch. There's going to be the stun. It still only is that Skywrath Mage, though, and that's Wall and God Strength used. Can NaVi fight this?
I don't know. It's hard to say. It really comes down to the Chronosphere.
Crystallize walking forward. They
Spartak
don't have vision of the Ricky.
Where's the vision?
They don't have the vision. There's the Chronosphere jumps down on two of them, but they missed the hook shot. Oh, General, what have you done? They're still going to be able to take down the Sven, though, and that's going to also be Michan's of trouble. The chase forward, trying to find that kill. Crystallize running away. They take down another one. BZZ in trouble. Denny on top of him, and they got another. Looking for Yoku. Can they kill him off? He's jumping the diffusal blade immediately there. Yoku going to fall, it looks like, as Dendy potentially going to get an Ultra. It's going to be given over instead, and that is huge. Look at all these sentries drop down as well.
Not having vision there hurt them so bad. The one time they don't have enough sentries is this was the time. Oh, that really hurts them. NaVi, I mean, Dendy is just carrying the game right now.
Yeah.
They couldn't do anything to him, and I mean, I think they were in a great position to take that Roshan fight, but just not being able to see Roger hurt them so badly. Chuvash wasn't able to do anything because of that, and there was some unfortunate plays coming out of Spartak as well. I think Chuvash ended up getting out of the cloud, and then he got force staffed by his teammate back into the cloud, and then taking a bit of extra damage, just unable to cast a single ability. And if your Earthshaker isn't there to provide you the lockdown, I mean, Spartak don't exactly have the greatest of team fight then.
So, again, it harkens back to this is, at least in the other series we saw, one of the strongest parts of Spartak's gameplay was their decision making around Roche, and maybe after throwing that whole, combo together as BZZ is being stalked, they don't have Chrono for 25. The decision to go back in after they had used God Strength and it was wearing off, and after they had used Ice Blast, it causes some issues.
I think that the decision to fight was fine, but they just didn't have sentries, and if you don't have sentries against a Ricky just makes it so easy for your team to initiate or position themselves, and he saw everything as it happened, and Crystallize hitting the big Chronosphere. It wasn't like, big in the sense that he hit a bunch of people, but he got the key targets, right? He got the Sven as well as the Earthshaker, and I think by taking those two heroes out, there's not much of a team fight left on Spartak.
And normally it's kind of okay because God's Strength will already like be back up by, or at least it will still be going by the time you get out of the Chrono sometimes. But in that instance, it was already like half duration by the time the Chrono hit, and so they didn't really have the damage afterwards. That's what you're talking about. So yeah, tough going right now, and Spartak gonna need to figure out what exactly to do going forward, and I'm not sure what that answer is. Oh, General. They're looking for a pick-off here, and they are going to see Arc as well as Yoku. Yoku might be the target that they go for. Hook shot connects, and
but
there's the Cloud.
Nice. Oh, he doesn't even get Snako.
Yeah, they're gonna end up being able to take down Yoku, maybe not. So Snako killed off Earthshaker down bottom. Oh. I didn't see that one. I was looking up top where they almost killed Darkseer.
They set up the AA Blast as well as the Earthshaker combo down bottom just to kill off Snako, and they couldn't even get him. He got away with about, I don't know, 50 health. Crystallize coming in the clutch, eating the Echo Slam with Snako, but bashing him afterwards, saving Snako in the end. So once again, Echo is down, was not able to accomplish a thing with it, and the lead continues to build up.
Yeah. Roger has his Diffusal Blade also, so this is a not insignificant amount of damage coming out from a Ricky. And you combo that on top of a Chronosphere with some tricks of the trade, and could be a very dead anybody. All right, walk forward. Blink, Echo, everything. They're ready to go into Crystallize, but I mean, it's just the Aegis.
That's the sad part right now, is that they don't have Echo. They used it to try to get one kill on the map, and they didn't even succeed in that. So this is another tower that they're gonna have to give up.
And meanwhile, jump in mid lane. They've been able to catch him, and he'll die from the Orchid Burn if not to right clicks and Battery Assault from General. More pickoffs around the map, more kills, and with an Aegis in hand, all the tier 2's down. What's stopping NaVi from going high ground right now? They still got it for another minute.
Yeah, they definitely could just go for that right now. It's just, they still have to be cautious, right? You're ahead by 11k, but we've all seen the Darkseer stories, right?
Yeah.
That's always a possibility, so you have to be careful.
I mean, they don't have Mirana for another 20 seconds here, and no buyback. Other buybacks online, you have it only on the Darkseer, so maybe there's a chance that this ends up working out if they can get a big combo and pull in several. They're kind of looking for that opening. The rest of NaVi is visible down here at least a little bit. Dendi is spotted, but he's the only one, and they realize that the rest of them could be in the area. Jump board, Chronosphere is already out. The BKBs are there. They catch on to 3, but only end up getting the Skywrath Mage in the wall, and they're going to be able to take down Snako, but anybody else, it looks like, are going to be able to live through this. General still living as well. They jump board again with Crystallize, get the Diffusal Blade, but they don't have detection. Roger's going to end up falling. Now they're coming out of that Moonlight Shadow. Dendi finds another. They're trying to kill off 2 of them, splitting the damage, but in the end, there's more than enough, at least for the Darkseer. 4 are dead, and it's looking like the first lane of barracks going to be going the way of NaVi.
Yeah, NaVi realizing, like, without the Sven, there really isn't too much damage to worry about. It was a good attempt by Spartak to hit that General. Getting a sad trombone as he gets hit by the arrow, but Spartak, you know, they almost made it work with the Darkseer combo that they had, but they're just so far behind that, you know, with all the levels adding up and all the items that add up, it's just not quite enough to get the kills in. They managed to kill off Snako as well as Roger, but I mean, that's it.
Yeah. And the most Pyrrhic of victories, the Mirana's going to hit an arrow on a retreating Crystallize and then just look at him. So, looks like it's going to be a Manta style picked up next with Mason Floyd after already having that Diffusal Blade. The Diffusal Blade has been such a good decision this game as well. Just being able to pick off that Darkseer whenever he tries to surge away. It's so good.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just an overall solid damage item for agility carries. So, Snako.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, it's Seneco's still probably going to go down here, and maybe they're going to be able to find some more. Dendy actually picks off Chubash in the back lines. General just going to run away from here. The Cold Feet is not going to proc, and now they chrono the Sven. Seneco actually didn't die, but the vacuum wall back in. Okay. Yoku making it happen. He takes down Crystallize.
Slight misplays there. I think
tower is under attack.
Crystallize was playing a little aggressively there. Oh, they're trying to chase Roger down. Yeah, they're gonna find him? No? Oh,
no
so
dust.
annoying.
Yeah. That was 2,500 gold swing with the kill on the Skywrath and the Faceless Void.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, that's the position they're in right now. They're behind. They're still behind by 15k, so not all that surprised with how much value there is and with any kill going their way. Oh, Roger's got the game-winning item, the Blink Dagger on Ricky. Always,
yeah, he got it. He bought it in their base, by the way. Roger, just no respect shown. I feel like he's spent more time in the Radiant and the Dire base than the Dire have.
Oh yeah, he's pretty much never played on his side of the map, and this is how you have to play it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna deny this? Yeah.
No smoke for you
guys. Watch, he's gonna run towards the fountain now, and then just blink up into the trees.
Like he's got wards.
They'll never find him.
Look at these wards. This is insanity. Like at some point, somebody needs to think. All right, let's buy a gem. Right?
Too. Look,
are you seriously gonna kill him right outside his base? Oh, it feels so bad. All right, Dust.
Word.
They missed the arrow again, but it doesn't matter. He still ends up going down. That on the steps of his fountain, he died.
I mean, to be fair, it really wasn't worth it, but it kind of sends a message. It's still funny to see.
Oh, God.
It also, in a way, it also protects his observer ward, I guess.
Yeah.
They're not going to check for an observer there. Just going to think that he's messing around.
Oh, and that one just right outside of range of the sentry placed. It hurts. Man, it feels like everything is just going NaVi's way. And unfortunately, another thing, Roshan not going to respond for another 50 seconds. General? Double sentries placed around here. I mean, the amount of gold that was spent, do you think that they could have thought to invest in a gem, or is that too scary to do as well?
I think it's really risky. You don't really have anyone who can hold it safely, except for maybe Darkseer, but they were in this position where they were far enough behind that it was a very high chance of whoever's holding it just dying in these team fights.
Okay.
And then you lose that investment, and then you're just like, well, okay, this is really bad for us now, because not only do we not have the best way to deal with Ricky, oh, they're gonna find him.
Oh, this is a bait though. They're baiting it out. They're ready. Crystallize, ready to jump in. And they're afraid to walk forward. Good decision by Spartak, but also an indication of how dire straits are, as they're accidentally going to hit a shrine as well. That one was scouted. NaVi, no. Only 2 shrines to work with inside the base. There's the jump forward stun. Nicely played there as well. But he ends up pushing him to the side. The fissure actually pushed Dendy, and he was able to get his BKB off. There's the jump back. And meanwhile, good blink away. Well done. Really good play right there. And now the vacuum wall turnaround, not going to quite hit on time. They echoed off the mark as well. General, they've turning their sights now onto Chubash. You get the AA blast onto 2 of them. Roger going to be the one that gets chased down now as well. The surge up Sven, but there's the Yule Scepter lift up. And BKB on cooldown. Nowhere left to go. The hook shot catches up. There's the Sonic Wave as well. Spartak falling, Crystallized dying, but GG's called, as Spartak have had enough.
All right, the Ricky pick working out. I knew they could do it.
That's impressive. To come in and have a strategy outlined the way that you want to play, and then just execute perfectly. NaVi looking like they have some new tricks up their sleeves.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to see these kind of strats working out. You know, they're just taking a step back and just picking things like, you know what, this is what we like to play, this is how we're going to do it, and we're going to make it work. Like, we saw the other day, right? NaVi, they really like picking the Skywrath Mage, but time and time again, they just never really paired it up with anything. And this time around, you know, within the first 15 minutes or so, he was all over the place, dropping his ultimates and finding pickoffs, which is like what they're really intending to do, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of this was enabled just because of their clockwork as well as their Riki pickup. Like this Riki, I don't think I can stress enough how much information this Riki has gotten for his team. He's just constantly on the dire side, seeing all of their movement. Sure, you die here and there, but like it's actually really worth it. Information is gonna win you the game.
I'd love to see at some point, like, if there's a way to try and develop stats that give you the amount of like information gained, like the amount of like actual vision, if you could quantify it somehow, you know, like this amount of units was seen during this like amount of time of the game or something.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be like, because then you could also like attach it to a particular player, and you could like say, all right, the observer wards that Roger laid down gave vision over this many units for, you know, however long or whatever. Anyways, we'll have to see if that's something that could come out in the future. But for sure right now, NaVi looking good in game number 1. Spartak up against the wall, facing elimination. If they win, they're able to move on to face Team Spirit. But loss is going to mean you're out of the Star Ladder I-League Invitationals. First minor of the year, everybody. It's going to be back in just a few minutes as we get ready for game number 2. Lyrical and Eos and your 2 casters to this one. See you guys then.
World Electro.